It is the top of the hour, and welcome to the most entertaining and educating student show here in Ghana, the Students' Lunch. Here we plan on serving you the best and nothing but the best in terms of education, entertainment, and fun. If you just tuned in, this is the Students' Lunch, and welcome. Do well to stay tuned to the end because we have more things coming up your way. We are talking about SLC and everything SLC. We have here in our midst the head boy, so you don't want to miss this conversation for anything. I have here in my midst to my co-host, my Ardens professor. I call him Joey B because he's multi-versatile. How you doing, Joey? Yeah, I'm also good. How is life?
Oh, school's very stressful, but because we are going home soon, we thank God.
Yeah. And then you've experienced some couple of SLCs, in your stay here in Pesek. How has it been like for you?
Sure. Okay, good afternoon, viewers. So when we talk about SRC, it means Student Representative Council, and every other year, students are given a whole week to explore and engage in a lot of entertainment and educative activities. So we've experienced 2 SRC so far.
Yeah.
The first one was very thrilling and captivating. We had a whole lot, a Bible quiz, a praise and worship night.
Yeah,
and guess
I
what?
remember.
The climax was with Daco Vibes.
Yeah.
A lot of artists passed through, Black Sheriff, Afronita,
DWP.
DWP, yeah. Actually, I missed the ticket, so I couldn't watch them. And then last year, sadly, because of the demands of our assistant senior housemaster, we couldn't have our SRC as glamorous as we could think. But we were in commemoration of our deputy senior housemaster, who was also the patron of the SRC then. But then this year, we're hearing promises about SRC week because we are almost close to the time. We're hearing SRC week with the Bree girls. We are hearing trips. We're hearing a whole lot. Guess what? Just last night, I heard Shatawale will be coming to Presec this year.
Pound. Yeah, the man himself. Yeah, he'll be coming.
Our viewers, all those questions, today we have the answers. The man with the answers, the man with the facts, the man with all the information is right here in the studio.
In our studios.
And I'll leave it for Theophilus to introduce him.
Yeah, so if you've been hearing SLC, we are having our head boy, our very own head boy here in our midst. He's actually the first gentleman of the land, and he exudes charisma, grace, and he is very strict. You know that.
Actually, he sees my jackpot.
Very, very strict. And it will shock you to know that not only is he a good leader, he's an academician.
Oh yeah, he's in Science 23, don't you know?
Yeah, the Villa class. So yes, we have him here, and he goes by the name is Excellency Eshan Paramsi. How you doing?
Thank you so much. I'm very glad to be here. You guys have really heard a lot of things about SRC weekend. I'm very surprised. I'm very honored to be here to clarify a lot of things. But I just want to ask, how was the catfish yesterday?
Oh, the catfish. It was very delicious, but very big.
Yeah,
Excellent.
It was actually sponsored by the PT, so I believe they deserve a round of applause.
Yeah, I think we should thank them for such an awesome meal last night.
But Theophilus, you don't go for dining, so how do
I
you?
go for that. Yeah, I'm ready to I think I've not seen the shadows of Guase for about like 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Really?
Yeah,
I can see lies all over your face, but
yesterday I enjoyed the catfish, and then we are here to talk about everything SLC. Yes. But before we go into that conversation, let us hear your thoughts about how being the head boy of such a reputable school is Pesek.
Honestly, I won't lie, it's been a journey, an adventure. Before I became head boy, I had a lot of things. They said they'll give you a fridge, they'll give you your room has a lot of things inside. But honestly, it has been a ride, it has been a journey. A lot of ups and downs. I nearly cried sometimes, but I give all the glory to God, I give all the honor to God because I've benefited. I've also had some losses, but that's why we're here. So let's see what goes on. Before anything, I would want to extend my greatest respect to the headmaster of the school, Mr. David Odija, the management, of course, my SRC patrons, and of course, you guys for this opportunity to be here. So let's start.
Also honored to, have you in our studios.
Okay.
Over to you, Joey.
So talking about being the SRC president, we want you to share 2 of your topmost, your most glamorous experiences, and then you give us maybe one of your downwards during your tenure as president so far.
Okay, so I want to start with the bad ones because honestly, I understand how really leadership really works because now I'm a head boy. sometimes you put in the structures. I mean, I've done a lot of things. Sometimes,
Structures.
structures. Actually, I'll tell my prefects that I want them to do this or that, and then for 2 or 3 days it runs. Then after a week, things just start turning upside down. And then the headmaster calls me and it's like, I'm just there, Ramsey. What are you going to say? That kind of thing. So, it's one of the most difficult aspects of the head boy, trying to make sure that the prefects always follow your policies and things like that, because I understand them sometimes. It's not easy. It's not really easy, because the boys are, some of them are very stubborn. A lot of them are good, but we have very stubborn ones who really press on our necks. The second thing I would say is the times where I had to cry sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, actually, because I remember, like, sometimes I feel so much pain. I mean, it's I don't know how to describe it, but let's say there's this thing I have to do, and it doesn't go well. I remember when we wanted to do some I think, was it tree planting, something, and then it's like, you're the head boy, you have to make the final decision, and I said, let's do this. Then we went to do it, and then it crashed. Charlie, that kind of feeling is not really nice. So, it has been a nice journey. The fun part has been very nice. I've met a lot of people. I've met I've met a lot of friends online, especially. I've made a lot of new friends, other prefects, some other head girls, of course, my sister's school. I want to send a special shout out to Her Excellency Malaika. She has been a good friend.
Really?
Yes. It's just been
Your
a nice
Excellency,
time. Yes.
We've been hearing so much rumors about you and Her
For
Excellency.
rumors. I know rumors are there. I mean, but that's why I'm here. So let's see what's going on.
Important of them is that you like Wesley girls more than our sister school girls.
Wesley
you
girls.
have to clear the air today.
Okay, so about Wesley girls, I don't know. I won't lie here, but there's this kind of extra respect I give towards them. Of course, every girl's my sister's school, but I don't know if it's my childhood or because in JHS my seniors were maybe they were all about Wesley girls, and I like their character. But if I look at Wesley girls, I mean, I admire them. I met the head girl. We couldn't really talk, but I mean, I appreciate how she carried herself, and it's something that I really like about women. I like women who really carry some level of branding, right? Yeah. So it's just some respect I have for them. It's not. I don't really know how to explain it. You see,
What about our sister school?
Oh, I mean, every girl is still every girls. They are always in my heart.
I think I know why. There's someone special at Wesley girls.
Yeah. Okay.
So Joey.
Okay, so now we're moving straight into SRC.
Okay.
Most of our viewers don't know what SRC is about, so we want you to give us a general concept about SRC. We'll talk about this year's SRC, what we seek to achieve, the main aim of this SRC, and then how different it will be from the previous ones that we've had.
All right. I really want to talk about how things have been for some years back. 2 years ago, we had a wonderful SRC. You're talking about inviting Daco Vibes. That was like one of the highlights of the celebrations. Yeah. Last year, like you said, we had the demise of our deputy senior house master, so there was no SRC. I was not head boy then, but of course we were all expectant. This year, I'm the head boy, and I can promise you that we are going to have one of the best SRCs ever, in not even in Presec, but senior high school as a whole. Wow. I'm talking about structures being built. I know what I have put in place, so I can boast of the fact that our SRC is going to be one of the greatest that has been ever seen. We look at going to reach out to people, trying to put in everything. Even this vacation is not a vacation for some of us, but we want to have that wonderful SRC. So prepare for something more glorious, something better, something very beautiful that will be a touch in our hearts for a lifetime. Yeah.
Can you share with us some of your experiences being like the SRC president?
Okay.
Some of the intriguing moments, some of the downfalls, things you came to meet. Okay. But you're improving upon them. Can we know some of them? The two shocking ones.
All I'll just say is that head boy is not really as fun as it looks like. It's a responsibility that you must understand that is part of you now. So I knew that there was going to be a load on my head, but I didn't know it's going to be this much, right? Actually, but some of the most difficult times is, like I said, having to make some decisions that you have to be very smart. Like Ramsey, this or that. We can hold a meeting. Then there's this contract. What are we doing? I remember we had a contract about the SRC, and I had to make sure I give a very reasonable decision. I can't just stand there and be like, you understand? Like I'm the leader.
dilemma, yeah.
I have to make sure that everything is running, everything is on point. And it's actually sometimes very difficult because I have to pray sometimes. Yeah.
Have to cry
Sometimes.
Cry.
Oh, Charlie.
I've cried a couple of times.
Really?
Yes. And the other part about it is sometimes my social life is not really. I don't see it real. Sometimes people come to me, they want to befriend me because I am head boy. I mean, Ramsey, what's up? And it's funny when you see the bad boys. I can see that you are just trying to vibe me so that when you do something wrong, I'll just GI. But it doesn't work like that. Ramsey will not do that. I heard when you said I am strict. I don't.
Very strict.
Please, viewers, I'm not strict. I am.
US, he's very strict.
I am just disciplined.
I'm a living testimony.
We are all living testimony.
Somebody said I see this Japa. Of course, if you bring Japa, it's not right. I'm sure we'll ask questions about
But
it.
we'll talk about that when we dive more into the conversation.
Okay.
But how do you balance education with all these responsibilities? Because you're a student.
Yes,
You
of
came
course,
here
of
for
course.
one main goal to learn. So how do you go about all these duties and still get your education in check?
Yes.
Right?
Before I even talk about that, I want to really send a very special respect to administration for the structure in which they used to select prefects, especially the head boys. Your academics must be solid, of course. Now let me come to myself. I knew the responsibility that was ahead. I spoke to His Excellency Nukweza before I became head boy about once or twice. I told him that I want to be head boy. He told me he was like, Ramsey, are you ready? I was like, hey, this question there, why? Is this some fighting or you understand? So I thought about it and I was like, it means I have to really know what it's about. I have to make a lot of sacrifices. So the balancing is like when there's entertainment for all of us, it is extra study time for Ramsey. Whilst we are having fun, I know that's the time I need to try and do something.
Some recap.
Yeah, of course, to cover up, because there are times where cases happen, I have to go out of class to quickly attend to something and come back. And then you're studying physics, you're going through circular motion or you're going through the nuclear physics, and then you miss about just 10 minutes. You come back and it's like, what happened? So I know that I have to put in extra time. So the Saturdays where we have entertainment, where sometimes we have games somewhere around 3 to 5, I have to sacrifice and things like that. Yeah, so those are some of the most challenging parts about it.
Really?
Yeah.
But you see, there have been so much hula baloo about your administration, so much dent on the work that you've been doing, so much resentful comments people have been giving, resentful remarks, especially when you promised us heaven, and now we're seeing nothing but Accra. We had structure, we had what?
We had what we had to hear, but
But now,
let me say this. I want to say I understand the precedent. I send a special respect to His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa. Sometimes, if you're not in the position, you don't know what it is, honestly. You see, people come up and we just make policies. Maybe the president thought the resources there, the people are there for him to do some of the things he wanted to do. So maybe Nana Addo had a lot of things to do, and he came into power like, hey, insanity. So it's not like I didn't want to do much. It's not like that, but coming into the position, I realized that there are a lot of things you have to really be embraced with. So it's all about that. I didn't really mean that I don't want to. Some of the things I said I wanted to do Presec Premier League. Of course, it will come. I mean, how many months? I have some
like
months.
5 months.
Don't
6
worry,
months.
Ramsey magic will happen. Don't worry.
Ramsey magic.
All right.
Okay, so let's move into the SLC conversation.
Yes.
The long-awaited conversation. People are still, anticipating for more, because last year it was nothing for us. We had to mourn our fellow master who died or passed away. So what are your programs? What are the activities? What are the outlines that will make this SLC a remarkable one? Take us through that.
Thank you so much, Theophilus. Before I begin, I want to say that the reason why we picked that particular week stretch was because we want to have the best time. We want to have that maximum room to have that celebration we want, right? We want the security, we want the fun. I mean, the boys have to have that fun.
Yes.
We study a lot, so there's a period for us. The week celebration, it starts from Monday to Sunday, so it's actually the entire week. We have various activities. I can highlight them if that's
Yes,
okay with you.
that's okay.
Okay,
Highlight
so it's going to be from 20th to 26th of
20th.
April.
to 26.
It happens to be a clash with our sister school, Ibri Girls. So it's more like a joint SRC kind of thing. But we also have our individual programs. So let me just kickstart with it. So before the SRC week, we have a pre-SRC contest. I'll put it that way. So we're going to have a design competition. I'll talk about this, but let me just give a rundown about it. So some of the activities that we plan on having is we want to have a pre-SRC, that is a design competition, and we want to use that design for our SRC t-shirts. I'll highlight on it more. So for Sunday, that is 19th, we're going to launch it. So me together with my assistants, maybe the General Secretary with the Chief Justice will launch the SRC week officially. Monday, we'll have a prefect cleanup. I remember the headmaster and then our SRC patron in our orientation, he said, we need to set the example. So I thought about it. I mean, Param's set the example. So why don't we create a time where we prefect, most of the time we command juniors, go and clean up the place, go and do this. So we want to spend the whole day cleaning up the school and then, I mean, yes, we want to actually show that we can do the work. We're not just talking. You see head boy cleaning the gutters and things like that. We want to set, of course, you will see me, right? So we want to really set that example. We plan on even going outside the school. We want to go around the Medina Polyclinic, maybe Atomic Junction. We are yet to decide. We want to clean up the environment. We want the environment to be healthy for you and I, so that we can learn and pass well.
Very important.
Right. Then Tuesday we have Literary Fest. Literary Fest is just celebrating arts and culture. So we want to invite about 6 schools. We are looking at Achimota, we're looking at Accra Girls, Mary's, Aquinas, a few others, and then ourselves. So it's more like a competition, but it's going to be entertaining. We're going to have spoken word and public speaking challenge. It's a rundown. I mean, we expectant. It's going to be wonderful. And yes, it's just celebrating arts and culture. We look at inviting some people to be judges for the event. Wednesday, which is one of the most anticipated parts of the celebration, is a trip to Cape Coast. We have pushed, and then management has accepted that we are taking some selected students to Cape Coast. We want to have an educational tour. We are looking at Kakum National Park. We are looking at Cape Coast Castle. So we want to go there and learn about the place, learn about our history, our roots, and of course the boys want some fun part. Yes. So I pray personally, which I would want is that we get a chance to go to Westie Girls
Westie Girls again.
Westie Girls and just go and maybe
vibe with them.
Vibe. Maybe we can go and learn from them. Who knows?
Really learn from them.
Right. You don't know. See, I remember our teacher told us that you can find your partner anywhere. So who knows? It can happen.
So we are going to find life partners.
It can happen. Right. So that's just about Wednesday. Thursday, we have 2 events. One is a soccer fiesta. We are looking at the 14 houses plus day students. We don't want to neglect them. So about 15 houses. So the 15 houses, the day students. And we will engage in a series of knockout stages. Because we can't finish the first day, it's going to be Thursday and Friday. So Thursday is going to be the first part of it. Then in the evening, we have Mr. Presec. You ask, what is Mr. Presec? Mr. Presec is an event where we scout gentlemen. So every house will bring a representative, and that representative will come and represent his house. In fact, the school, actually. You want to see that gentleman character in our boys. You want to see who can really send the Presec brand outside. So maybe we'll allow them to come with suits, dress, teach us how to dress, how to wear your shirts. Somebody doesn't know you're supposed to wear your trousers, then you wear your shoe before you wear your white shirt. You go and wear his white shirt and wear his trousers before you wear the shoe. You don't do that, right? So we want to really teach the students and, of course, pick the best amongst them. That's about Mr. Presec. We pray we get ỌDADEɛ Bernard Avlet to come around. We are trying to push. If it works, of course, it will be beautiful. So Friday is the follow-up for the soccer, and then the awards for the winners of the soccer tournament. And then in the afternoon, we're looking at late afternoon from the hours of maybe 3 thereabouts. We have Man Presec. So Man Presec is...
So there's Mr. Presec.
Yes, so there's Man Presec. So man, are you a man? That kind of thing. Yeah.
So
if you are a man, want to see how strong you are. So we've contacted a few James. We want to see if we can rent some of their equipment.
We'll be lifting metals.
Yes, we don't want to take something that is too much for the students. I mean, we want something that is moderate. I want to see if somebody can push a car.
I think then you need to take the lead.
Let's see. So yes, we want to see who can really lift, who can push, who can carry.
Metals.
Yeah, that kind of thing. So
Okay.
we want to see how we get those kind of
So
people.
we are bringing Ghana's strongest here in Pacific.
Yes, of course. So you
Wow.
can say Preseg's
Strongest.
Yes, that kind of thing. Yes. And then Saturday is the awaited climax. The climax, people have said things. They said Shatawale is coming
I
and
also heard of
make it
Rima.
happen.
wow, Rima is coming and things. I remember when I came into power, somebody came and was like, "Hey Ramsey, please, we want Ice Spice to come around." I said, "Hey, you have money, you come and give us money."
Fun.
You see, the boys thing is that easy. I mean, we can say it, of course. We can invite. We wish we could get people, Kwesiata and things like that, but it's not that easy. It's not really that easy. And of course, some things have come up. I heard about 2 students dying in some schools. I think in Greater Accra. So there was a meeting and a ban has been placed on in Greater Accra schools from having that kind of hyper climax. And so I don't think we can have Shatawale coming. Of course, what the boys would want, I would like to see him. I mean, I would like to see him and Stoneboy and. I mean, yeah, I like Jackie. I like her music. I wish she could come, but that's how it's going to be. But of course, we're still going to have our climax. So you ask me, what is it going to be? We're having an award ceremony. We are yet to look at how we're going to dub it, but we're having an award ceremony, and this ceremony is going to award students based on different categories. So very soon we'll publish it. We're going to have most wavy students. I mean, something that the students will like, yes, basically. Okay. So it's a rundown of different categories, nominees. It's going to look like an actual award ceremony. So the students should just be expectant and hope for the best. Sunday is our Thanksgiving service, and we thank God for a successful week. We hope to invite Joe Metal if it works, or any other artist, yes. Wow. And to the glory of God, would climax it today and thank God. So that's the rundown by the SLC week celebration. Yes, please. Any other question?
So you spoke about so many wonderful things.
Yeah.
But then we all know that the long and short of it, we need money. So how are we looking forward to sponsoring all these activities, Mr. Presek, Joe Metal, Shatawale, me getting an award? How are you going to sponsor me? Everything.
It's capital intensive. So
yeah. One thing I want to say that SRC, Presek SRC, we have money. We are rich.
Is that true?
Yes, we are rich.
We have the Lucci.
Of course, you can't have some of us inside the SRC and there's no money inside. We have money, but it's of course we still need funds. We still need funds. It's not that much. For students, we see it's significant. I mean, if we have about more than 12,000 or 15,000 from students' council, I think it's an impressive thing. But the week celebration needs a lot of support. We tried to reach out to Nestle. We hope that they will be able to sponsor our trip to Cape Coast. I hear that they want to sponsor with some 3-in-1.
How many days is the trip?
It's a 1 day. It's a return journey. Yes. Okay. So we'll go to Cape Coast and return. So the Cape Coast is there's going to be breakfast, lunch. We're looking at the security and then the health of the individual. So for the lunch, we don't plan on taking food all the way from Presec for that 6-hour journey. Coast, yeah. No. We've contacted the caterer there. Everything is secure. The students are going to be safe. The health is going to be fine. Everything's going to be okay. So we reached out to Nestle. We'll follow up and see if they are going to sponsor us with some goodies. I mean, some breakfast, and that would be something appreciable.
So have you settled on like any musician coming, or is not yet?
Musician.
Final.
YBN.
For the climax, we have our local artists. We have YBN, of course. We have
Pudo himself.
Pudo, of course. Pudo, everybody knows Pudo. Yes. So I mean, Pudo, he's like a dimension. He's a dimensionless constant. He's gonna be there. So
he also has a very good voice.
Oh, I sing, but
but
let's see.
The Joe Metal type of singing.
So let's see. We have some local artists. We will see if anybody, a surprise artist comes. The boys should just wait. Anything can happen.
Just anticipate.
Just anticipate.
Okay. So Ramsey on ОДАДЕƐ Radio is a very big platform.
Yeah.
So within the next 30 seconds, you want to make an appeal for sponsorship for this whole SRC.
Yes. Honestly, please, I reach out to every ОДАDЕƐ. I know that our ОDADEers, they are very rich, very influential,
very affluent.
Very, very, very affluent. We know you people have money. We really need your support in this. I really plead. Our media team need a lot of support. Our picture taking it. We need a lot of support. We need a hand in the SRC week celebration, the trip, even the buses, the food, the canopies and things. So if someone can come on board and help us, I really appreciate it. We thank God. We really appreciate it. Yes, honestly.
Okay. Yeah. So now let's look at impact making.
Impact.
SRC week. We've had series of SRC weeks over the years. Why this year's SRC? What is the difference? What impact do we seek to make? Or it's just that one whole week we just have fun, go to Big Girls and come, go to Wesley Girls and come, and then that's all.
Yes, the week is full of lots of activities. If I really explain clearly, there's going to be a trip. That trip is an educational trip.
Yeah.
So of course, students will learn from that. It's a week that is full of fun, but of course we'll learn. So the trip to Cape Coast, we're going to learn a lot about our history, our roots. The climax, the award ceremony. I'm talking about the literary fest. We're going to celebrate arts and culture. In the school. So there's a lot of things happening in that particular program. People are going to learn a lot how to speak. We may even invite some people to just come and give some impromptu speeches and things like that. So I mean, anything can happen. So it's a whole lot of learning activities. Yeah.
Okay, so finally, what will be your general conclusion about the whole SRC? And then since we are going on the Easter break, you want to have a word for your students, your boys, we are all ears.
Okay, so I'll start with my students. Boys, you know already, we've already spoken about it at the school level. SRC is coming. Just be ready. The vacation, we follow us on IG, follow us on Telegram. We're going to be updating a lot more about the categories and things like that. To our daddies, thank you so much for the support you've already given us. Really appreciate it, but we would want more. We really need more of your support. SIC week is in 20th, 26th of April, and we need the maximum support from all of you. Really appreciate it. Yes, please.
Palms, if there was this one thing that you would like to be known for after you finish the school, you come back, what's it?
Season jackpot.
One thing, as a student, or
as a student, or as a prefect.
As a prefect, what should I be noted for?
Yes, what do you want to be noted for or remembered for?
I want to be remembered for the good. I want to be remembered as a man of integrity, a man of discipline, a man who stood for the truth no matter what. And that is what I stand for. So you guys said I'm strict, but everybody knows I'm a nice person. You come to me, we vibe. You come to my room, Charlie Ramsey also, we go talk. But when it comes to the work, that's Ramsey. So I don't want to be noted for anything of some sort of liaising with bad boys or anything like that. Yes, that's me.
So yes, that's our very own, our Excellency Pa Ramsey Ishan. It has been a very insightful conversation, and I hope you did stick tuned to everything that we talked about. I am T. David, your host, and I've been doing this with my ardent professor. I call him
Joey Danso.
Yeah, Joey B. So we'll do this next time. This has always been the Students' Lunch, and do well to stick tuned.